Greetings, Buccaneers. Happy Friday. Today is a special day because we are here to review what our virtual promotion, or actually our real promotion, is going to look like. But because we cannot do this in person, we're going to show you virtually how you're going to walk onto campus at San Isidro High, how the promotion is going to take place, and then how you're going to exit. So we're here to review that with you. I have Ms. Pareñas and Mr. Garnica Mendoza that will give you a little bit of an introduction before we start with how you're going to be presenting yourself, walking in to campus on the day of promotion. So welcome, Ms. Pareñas, welcome, Mr. Garnica Mendoza, and they're here to give you a little bit more information before we start this promotion practice.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ms. Pareñas. I'm going to be helping you out by helping to explain to you what the process will be when you get to the high school at San Isidro High for your promotion ceremony, and how you will be walking out onto the field when you get there.
Hello, Buccaneers. One of the other things you're going to see in this video as well is how to get there. That's one of the best, most important things. If you don't make it there, you won't be able to participate. But yes, make sure that you know how to get there. There's a lot of information on this video, and you're also going to be able to watch it again. We are going to send you the link to you and your parents. So please watch it as many times as possible so you can understand exactly what's going to happen. Many times we believe we know, but when we get there, it's going to be a lot harder than we thought. So please watch it again.
So we are going to start by reviewing what is expected of you as a Buccaneer. You are promoting in this ceremony is going to be not only for you, it's also for your parents, your guests, the community. Remember that everybody is watching. So we have very clear expectations of what we want you to do, what we do not want you to do. And that starts with your behavior. That also includes the way you're dressed, the way you portray yourself. Remember, this is a ceremony where we're honoring you, but we're also honoring your parents for everything that they've done so that you can actually get to this place. Want to remind you as well, and I know that Ms. Pareñas has been sending this information out, Mr. Garnica, our district personnel, every 8th grader will be able to participate in promotion. Let me repeat that again, because I know that a lot of questions have been brought up. Every single 8th grader will be able to participate in our promotion ceremony. I know that Ms. Pareñas, you sent out a link. Do you want to review that, please, before I move on?
Yes, so during this past week, and actually the last few weeks, I've been sending out reminders for you or your parents to fill out a survey. And the survey basically asks, will you be participating in the promotion ceremony? Like Mrs. Gracia said, all of our 8th grade students will be able to participate in the promotion ceremony. But because we need to follow very strict guidelines for the ceremony to happen physically, I need to know whether you will be participating in the ceremony or not. I'm going to be assigning you some seats of where you are going to be sitting at. I'm going to be assigning your guests a pod in the area where they're going to be sitting at. We need to make sure that we know where everybody is at during these ceremonies so that we can keep and make sure that everybody is safe and everybody is taken care of during and after these ceremonies.
So after this presentation, we're going to review how you're going to go in, how you're going to exit. Remember that on Tuesday, you're not coming onto campus. I sent you the schedule for you to return your iPad and your textbooks. Now, that same day, when you give us your iPad, when you give us your textbooks, some of you will be receiving certificates, medals, but you're also going to be receiving more information from Ms. Pareñas. And what is that information, Ms. Pareñas?
The information that all of the students will be receiving, all of our 8th grade students, not only will some of you be receiving your certificates and the medals that you can wear during the promotion ceremony, you're also going to be receiving your assigned seat and your guest assigned seat and a copy of the map and extra copies of waivers and all of the information that you will need for this promotion ceremony. You're also going to be receiving information about the yearbook distribution that will be happening in July. You'll also be receiving information about the Life Touch photos because your picture will be taken during the promotion ceremony. So I'll be giving you all of that information so that you know ahead of time and you have all of that information available to you the day before the practice.
Awesome.
The ceremony, sorry.
So without further ado, we are going to start by reviewing certain protocols. Okay, here we go. All right, Buccaneers. First and foremost, we just want to remind you that we are very, very proud of you. The word of the month for May has been excellence, and we are going to honor you and recognize you and celebrate your achievements during this promotion ceremony. And this is why it's so important for me to review expectations with each and every one of you so that we have a beautiful ceremony. We want to have an amazing, beautiful ceremony that you can remember, that your parents can remember, that your guests can remember forever and ever and ever. Okay? We are proud of you. And on behalf of our SOM family, we want to tell you that we were very honored to have you on campus for 2 years. I know that for a year and a half, we were not on campus. We did virtual or distance learning. However, we hope that you know that we were very blessed to have you, that we were very honored to have you, and that we were here to really make sure that you reached your highest potential. And for that reason, we're here just getting ready for your promotion. Couple of reminders. Monday is a holiday, so we will not see you on Monday. You will return on Tuesday, but you will return during designated times. So the students who are coming on campus, who are coming for in-person instruction will not come on Tuesday. You will come during your designated times. For those students who have been doing distance learning, you will come on campus during the designated time. So June 1st, which is next Tuesday, 8th graders will return iPads and textbooks. And students, you will also collect your medals and your certificates if you have won an award. Next period, period 4, you will be watching the virtual awards assembly. And you will be, if you are recognized or if your name is called, then you can collect that certificate on Tuesday, June 1st. As you heard Ms. Pareñas mention, on June 1st, you will also collect copies of the waivers, and you will also receive information as to where you're going to sit and where your guests are going to be seated. We have assigned seating for our guests, and we also have an assigned seat for you, our graduate. So it's important that you come that day to collect and get that information. Now, 8th graders, what is it that you need to return? What you need to return is your iPad. 8th graders have to return your iPad because you will not need your iPad in 9th grade or 10th grade. But if you don't return your iPad, you will not get your laptop when you go to high school. So it's very important that you bring your iPad, okay? Bring your iPad cover, your brick, and your cable. These are very important items that you need to return on Tuesday, June 1st. You also need to return all of your textbooks, okay? You will need to take pictures of your barcodes before you return them. So again, we're not going to be able to give you a copy of a printout of what you have returned. This is why it's so important that you take pictures of the items that you are returning, okay? And then if you have not returned any instruments or anything else of that matter, please make sure that you return it to us on June 1st. Okay? All right. Now, when you come on June 1st, please make sure that you follow the breakdown that I'm going to review in the next slide. Please make sure that you, if you're coming in a car, make sure that your parents stay in the car, and that when we ask you to come out of the car, you come out of the car. You're going to be dropping off your books in the library. And then after you drop off your books, and we know that you have your iPad, and we know that we have your textbooks, we will hand you your awards, your medals, and your grades. And then we're also going to be giving you your waivers and the information that you need for Wednesday's promotion ceremony. All right. Please make sure that you have your face covering, and make sure that you follow our safety protocols, please. Now, this is the breakdown, okay? So we're going by last names and time slots. Please follow these, this breakdown. I don't want to have to ask you to leave and then come back, because what I cannot have is a large number of students at one time. So let's just say that your dad or your mom cannot bring you during this designated time. You are welcome to come by yourselves. You're just going to have to wait in line and wait until we ask you to come in. Okay? But these are the designated time slots. So if your last name starts with an A through E, any of these, you will be here from 8:30 to 9:30. And so forth. If your last name starts with an F, a G, and so forth through J, you will be here from 9:30 to 10:30. And that's not to say that you will be here for an hour. We will try to expedite the process, but we need you to cooperate, please. Again, if your last name starts with a K or it goes through O, then you would be here from 10:30 to 11:30. Okay? And so forth. Please follow our alphabetical breakdown. Again, I will ask you to leave if we have a large number of students waiting, because we need to make sure that we're following our safety protocols. When in doubt, please ask. Ask us questions, okay? You can send us an email, and you can ask your teacher after this presentation. I don't know when I'm supposed to come. They will guide you, and they will let you know when you're supposed to be here, what time slot. Okay? Now, on Wednesday, we will participate in promotion. Once again, every single 8th grader will be allowed to participate in promotion. Okay? We are having 2 ceremonies, like we've explained several times. If your last name falls between A and L, your ceremony will be the 8:30 a.m. ceremony. If your last name is between the M and the Z, your celebration will be at 11 a.m. If you have any questions, please ask us. Please ask your teacher. Now, you will be getting this information. Ms. Pareñas is creating all of this for you. You will get your assigned seating, your guest seating on June 1st when you return your iPad and your textbooks. Okay? All righty. Now, reminders for your 8th grade promotion. Please, this is part of the letter that I sent out. In case you do not have this, it's on our website. All of the links are on our website. Please remember that all adults that are on campus at San Isidro High School need to have a waiver. You cannot have more than 4 guests. If the 4 guests that you're bringing are adults, each one of them has to have a waiver. These are the waivers that we will be handing you on June 1st, or you can download them They are on our website, SOM website. That every adult guest and you, as the graduate, need to sign this waiver. And we will be collecting these waivers as you come in to promotion on June 2nd. Okay? Any child, any baby counts as a guest. So remember that every single guest that comes in will be screened. We will be taking their temperature. Okay? They must wear a face mask. You, as the graduate, must also wear a face mask. You may have no more than 4 guests. A baby counts as a guest. Okay? Please abide by the rule, because if you do not, I'm going to have to ask your 5th guest to wait outside. And I don't want to do that. So we can only have 4 guests. Okay? Once in the venue, okay, our promoting students will be seated together while guests will be seated in the stands. Now, our promoting students will be seated 6 feet apart. All of our chairs are 6 feet apart. And you will notice that, you will see that as we guide you through the virtual practice. Okay? Restrooms will be available for use by students, by guests, and for our staff. We ask you that after the ceremony, students, we are going to ask you to leave because we have additional ceremonies after hours. So we have one at 8:30 a.m., then we have one at 11. But after our 2 ceremonies, we have Southwest High School that will be using San Isidro facilities for their promotion ceremony. Okay? I know that our Buccaneers are going to do this the right thing, and we're going to follow all of these protocols. Now, the rules. Again, everyone at the ceremony must wear a mask. We can only have 4 guests, no more than that. Please, this is not my rule. This is the county, the city of San Diego's rules. Minors are included in the total guest count, maximum of 4. Okay? The guests must arrive with the promoting student. So, Buccaneer, you need to arrive with your 4 guests. No exceptions. We are not going to allow you to come in until all of your guests are with you, because we need to check that the people that we have on the list are the people that we have on the waivers. So you're going to have to wait until all of your guests are in the vicinity before we can check you in. And if you're not at the ceremony on time, we will not allow you to participate in the ceremony. So please follow the rules. Have your guests with you, walk with them to the checkup point. That's when we're going to screen everybody, and that's where we're going to get the waivers. Okay? Each ceremony is going to last no more than 45 minutes. You are not allowed to bring any food or any drinks. And again, that's not my rule. I apologize. Those are the rules established by the County of San Diego. We were granted permission to host a promotion ceremony, but they told us you can, however, you must follow these rules. Okay? Please, at the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask that you exit as soon as possible. And please do not bring any of the following items, because if you do, we're going to ask you to go back to your car and leave them in the car. These are the items that are not allowed on the San Isidro High School campus. All of these items are prohibited. And again, these are prohibited by the County of San Diego. They told us that we cannot have any of these. No backpacks, no balloons, no air horns, no aerosol products, etc. I'm not going to read all of this to you. These are going to be part of the items that we give you or we hand out. This is This has been in my newsletter. I suggest that you review the list of these items, because we will not allow any of these inside San Isidro High School. Dress guidelines, very important. Students, please follow the rules. I do not want to send anybody home. I do not want to deny anybody the entrance because you're not following dress guidelines. Please, this promotion ceremony is a ceremony where we are honoring you. We are honoring your parents. We are honoring those who have helped you be successful. We're honoring our teachers. We are honoring our counselors. So this is not a prom. Formal attire is not appropriate. This is a community event. You should wear something that is nice, that is appropriate, that is decent. So undergarments should not show at any time. Ladies, we ask that you wear modest dresses. For the gentlemen, we ask that you wear slacks and collared shirts. Please, no jeans, no head coverings. When in doubt, please ask us. I know that some students have already asked if something is appropriate. Remember, it's going to be windy. So please do the right thing. Only school issued district approved items specific for promotion are permitted at the ceremony. We are not going to allow students to have their cell phones with them. So please make sure that you give your cell phone to your parents, and then you can get it at the end. You are not going to need your cell phone, okay? You should not bring any cameras, any purses. You are not going to be allowed to have those at the ceremony. Ladies, please, no pointed heels, no stilettos. Those are not going to be allowed. You need to wear either wedge shoes or flats. And we do not know if it's going to be sunny, if it's going to be cold, but when in doubt, wear sunscreen because the sun might come out. For those of you who are promoting at 8:30, please be there at 7:30 as we're going to start checking parents and guests in and students in at 7:30 a.m. And we ask you again that you leave the vicinity as soon as possible, because then we will have the 11 a.m. students that are going to start arriving at 10 a.m. So if you are promoting at 11 a.m., we ask that you arrive at 10 so that we can start screening and checking you in. Okay, and once again, those of you who are promoting at 11 a.m., after the ceremony, we ask that you leave as soon as possible so that San Isidro High School can get ready for Southwest High's promotion. Remember that after each ceremony, we need to sanitize, we need to clean for the next ceremony. This is the map of where we're going to be graduating. You will be seeing this in an actual video after we start explaining how you're going to egress and how you're going to leave. But you will see Mr. Ganica Mendoza did take video of the entire area where you're going to be entering, where you're going to be parked, how you're going to check in, where your parents will be heading, where you are going to be heading, and how you're going to come into the area where you're going to be promoting. So again, this is where your parents will be parked. On June 1st, you will be getting information about where you're going to be check-in, whether you're going to be checking in at table 1 or checking in at table 2 or checking in at table 3. And then as soon as you get checked in, you're going to be coming in, right? And You're going to be directed to certain locations. Parents are going to come in and they're going to be seated by the bleachers, okay? The bleachers. That's where the parents and the guests will be seated. Our graduates, you're going to follow the blue arrows because you're going to go directly to the basketball courts. Okay, this is where we are going to line you up. And as soon as you hear the processional, the song, you're going to be coming in and you're going to be seated in this area. Okay, but we're going to review this with you in the next segment of this presentation. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Again, we are very proud of you. We want the best for you, and we want the ceremony to be phenomenal, amazing, beautiful. Please follow the rules. And I know that you're going to do the right thing. We are going to have an amazing and beautiful ceremony. Congratulations, students. And now Ms. Pareñas and Mr. Garnica Mendoza will guide you through the process and will guide you through the actual vintage of San Isidro High School.
If you will be driving on the 805 to go to San Isidro High School, you will first have to merge to the 905 East. Going south on 805, you will encounter the exit for the 905 freeway. Again, you will take the east exit. Be careful because there is another exit that actually comes to Southwest Middle. So make sure that you're taking the left exit to the 905 East. If you're going to be driving from the Southwest Middle area, you will go to Bayers Boulevard and take a right. At the first chance, you're going to take a left to merge into the 905 East freeway. That will take you directly to San Isidro High School. The exit that you're going to use for San Isidro High School will be Caliente Avenue. So please make sure that you look for that. Again, the exit that you're going to use after merging to the 905 freeway is called Caliente Avenue. If you do not take this exit, it will take you around 20 minutes to come back and take the right exit. So please make sure that you let your parents know that it's very crucial that you don't miss that exit. It's called Caliente Avenue. We are getting closer to that you will see. In here, as you can see, this is the Caliente Avenue where you have to do your exit. As you exit the freeway, you will take a right turn. This is the Caliente Avenue that I was telling you about. And as you exit, you have a choice to go to the left or to the right. Of course, again, you're going to the right. Once you do a right at the light, you will see that the high school is right around the corner. This is the high school. You will take a right as well at the high school. This is the corner. And there are three main entrances. The one that we want you to use is the second and the third. The second entrance is the one in the middle, of course, and this is where it says San Isidro High School. That's where you will take a left, especially if you are in stations, Checkup Stations 1 and 2. You can either park on the left or the right under the solar panels. What you are seeing now is the aerial view of the route. This is as you exit the 905 freeway. You will take a right. As you can see, that is where the parking lot is. We're gonna see right now the main entrances to the parking lot. There are three. The middle one and the one at the end are the ones that you mainly want to use. The main one is where the name of the school is, and that's the the usual one for most people who go to San Isidro High School. As you enter, you will see the name of the school, and you can park either to the left or to the right, especially if you are in stations 1 and 2 for checkup. If you are in station 3, you can actually go further down the road and enter through the third entrance, which is only one way entering, and you can actually park there, especially again if you're on station 3 for checkup, which is going to be on the side of the gym that you see right here. Okay, then once you are parked, you need to make sure that you make your way to the checkup stations. What you are seeing now is the entrance for checking stations 1 and 2. You're going to go through the gate and you're going to walk straight until you see the cougar. Once you see the cougar, you're going to take a right. A little bit before that, you're going to take a right, and at this point you can still be with your parents, but as you get to the end, when you take a right, you're going to have to depart from your parents because you will go to your area and your parents will have to go to where they're going to be seated. As you go there, you will have to assemble in the basketball courts. In the basketball courts is where you will be waiting until the time we start with the procession. This is the area, as you can see, where all the students will assemble, again, to get ready for the procession. What you see here is a different view of the walk you're going to be doing going to the assembly area. During this walk, you will be walking with your parents, of course, if you are especially in checkup stations 1 and 2. Like we said, as you see the cougar, you are going to take a right where you're going to continue walking along the path in order to make it to the basketball courts where the students will assemble. In here, you may have your parents go to the left because they're going to go to the bleacher side, or they can still continue walking with you if they're on the other side of the bleachers. As you get to the corner of this path, the students will be the only ones who can continue. The parents will have to take a left and go into the bleacher sides where the pods will be, and the students will go and take the path in order to go to the basketball courts. Beyond this point again, the parents cannot accompany their students. Once down this road, you will be able to get into the basketball courts. Staff members will be checking you into the basketball courts at the gate that you see here. Once you check in, you will be directed straight into the basketball courts where you will assemble into the rows waiting for the procession.
When you get to the basketball courts, you're going to be meeting with your counselor who will give you your card with your name on it. That is the card that you will keep with you for the entire ceremony until it's time for a roll call. You will be meeting with your teacher who will be your line leader, and as you are walking out, you will be walking out for the processional through the basketball courts and on to the pathway all the way to where the steps are. You'll be walking down the steps and towards the goal line. Please make sure that you are maintaining your 6 feet distance apart from each other. Stay at the same pace as everybody else. You'll be going down the steps and across all the way to the goalpost. Once you reach the goalpost, you'll have some more staff there guiding you to keep on walking down the field. You'll be walking from the goalpost in a straight line all the way to the 50-yard line. When you reach the 50-yard line, you will also be guided once again to be moving to your left, where you will turn to your left and you'll be heading to your seating area. you'll have your counselors there to guide you and your line leader to the row that you will be sitting in. Once you reach your row that you are assigned to, we are asking that you stay standing until the ceremony commences, and we will tell you when it is time to sit. Once again, when you are doing the processional, you'll be walking out. This is just a different view for you. This would be your point of view. You'll be walking out the basketball courts. Follow your line leader for that, and make sure you maintain your 6 feet apart for distance. You're going to be walking out the basketball courts. You're going to turn left onto the walkway when you reach the gate. You're going to follow your line leader out of this gated area. Then you're going to be heading down the steps and onto the field. Please make sure that you are maintaining your 6 feet distance apart from each other. After you walk down the steps, you'll be heading straight onto the field where the audience will be seeing you. Please make sure you are maintaining the 6 feet distance apart from each other as you are walking towards the field and walking towards the goal post. Like we said, we will be having other staff members there to help guide you as you are walking down. You're going to continue walking down the field all the way to the 50-yard line, where we will have other staff members there to guide you to turn left and look at your audience and head to your assigned seat. Remember, your line leader teacher will guide you to the row that you have been assigned to. And once you reach your row, you will need to stand up and stay standing until the ceremony begins. This is the area where your families and your guests will be sitting at during the ceremony. Notice that there is red tape to mark off each area where your guests will be assigned to be sitting. Each red tape area will have a number on it, and that is where your guests will be assigned to be sitting to watch you during the ceremony. Please make sure your guests stay in the assigned seats that they were given.
Let's review this one more time. Students will be going down the stairs, and please make sure that you are careful with the steps. You will keep 6 feet distance. You will walk onto the field by the post line and go all the way up to the 50-yard line, where you will turn left and start going into your sitting arrangement. Now let's see the map again. Remember, you will be sitting down in rows of 5. Once Ms. Gracias tells the first row to stand up, the students on the first row will get up and then start walking towards the stage. Please follow the instructions of the teacher leader that is going to be by your row. Once you get onto the stage, you will give the counselor the paper with your name. Once you do that, the counselor will read your name, and once your name is read, you will be going into the middle of the stage so you can receive your certificate. Remember, no handshakes will be allowed. Once you turn so you can have your picture taken, you will be able to go down the stage and go back into your seat. Now we're going to show you what this will look like. It's a reenactment, and hopefully you will be able to understand a little bit better once you see in action with some actors, of course.
Mrs. Gracias will be at the podium, and she'll give the first row the directions to stand up. So when she says, first row, please stand, our first row will need to stand. Then the teacher will be telling the students to go over to their line. And they're going to walk towards the stage, over to where the steps are to meet with their counselor. Make sure you have your card with you. Once you go onto the stage, you will be giving your card to the counselor, who will then read your name. Once your name gets called, you will be walking towards Ms. Gracias. There will be no handshake or hug, but you will need to turn towards the camera for a picture. Then you will walk towards the middle steps where you will be going back to your line. Once you get off the stage, you'll be walking back to your line, to your row, where you will just go back and take your seat one more time.
Once the ceremony is over, you will walk backwards from the way you came in. You will go into the middle of the field and you will walk towards the steps, towards where the goalpost is. And once you get up the steps, you will use the walkway to continue going up. The difference is this time you're not going to go into the basketball courts. You're going to continue going up, and then you're going to exit through the gate where the checkout number 3 was. So we will have people directing you. Don't worry about that. But it's the reverse way of the way you came in. You will be able to meet your parents after you exit the venue. Again, Buccaneers, congratulations again. Make sure that you follow the protocols. Make sure that you're there on time and early, because we want to make sure that this promotion goes as smoothly as possible. Please watch the video again if you have to. It is very important that you understand how you're going to be walking in and walking off of the field. Thank you.